Hey, what's up, guys? I just got finished teaching my classes for today. I got 2 art classes, and I got 4 levels in each class. I got Art 1, I got Art 2, I have Studio Art and AP Studio Art. And I had everybody do figure drawing today. We did gesture drawing, quick sketch. We did 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. Well, we didn't get to the 10 minute. And my students, they haven't. Some of them I've taught them this before, but some of them is the first time. And really proud of them. Did an awesome job. I had to remind one of my classes pretty talkative. I had to have them repeatedly to be quiet while I was demonstrating and explaining things. It can be really complicated. Here's my classroom. There's my skeleton I use to teach anatomy for artists. There's my little sculpture down here to teach anatomy for artists as well. But anyway, I want to show you guys my demonstrations today. What I do is I show them the basics of gesture drawing, how I always learned it, what I remember, and I do a couple demonstrations, and then as they're drawing, I draw. And I explain things as I'm drawing as quickly as I can in that 1 minute, in that 2 minute. And then the 5 minute, I try to put shadow shapes in it. I teach them about shadow shapes and values. Anyways, here's my, for my animation class, here we go. We talk about life drawing, figure drawing. Number 1, what are we trying to do? We're trying to capture the action, the pose. That's what the gesture is. We're trying to capture proportion. Okay, what is proportion? It's the measurement of the human body. We're trying to capture shape, the shape of the figure, that certain figure. That is it masculine, is it feminine? The height and width of things. We're trying to capture, give it some 3D essence, of height, width, and depth. I talk about wrapping lines. I talk about the rib cage and the pelvis and things the cylinder going away in this direction, that direction. I talk about angles. I have them approach it like this. Draw the head and neck first, draw the torso and pelvis second, draw the legs and feet third, draw the arms and hands fourth, okay? And then fifth, I don't know why I had that. But angles, there's angles in the human body, all right? Now there's flow in the human body as well, but there's also angles. And talking about landmarks briefly, corners of the rib cage, the belly button, the front of the pelvis, the pubic bone, talking about the center line. Here's one of my gesture drawings. Here's another gesture drawing. And then I explain to them, and I use New Masters Academy. So let me bring this up to you guys. Let me show you what I got here. So I use New Masters Academy figure drawing, and we use that. We use the clothes segments, and I use that to instead of a model because we don't have a model. So okay. And then it's important, teach them about the side profile, the pit of the neck, the clavicles, how the neck attaches to the rib cage, the egg form of the rib cage, the egg form of the pelvis if it's there, Then I taught my Art 1, figure drawing again. I went over same things. We talk about stretch side and pinch side, which side is stretching, which side is pinching. Here's me talking, I was teaching them about the egg form and how we need to think about it as a form. It's wrapping around in different angles of the head. How do you figure out which way the head is tilting. And here's some gesture drawings that I did, timed. Here I was talking about shadow shapes and putting a line where there's the light and the shadow. You know, how do we show that the person's looking down? We put a wrapping line going under. Wrapping line going over shows that the person's looking up. Another gesture drawing. So here I was talking about shadow shapes, and the shadow shape, boom, coming down, over, down, and just looking at the different shadow shapes and shading them in. This is my demo for them, and they did one. My demo for them. Here again, my other class. This is my period 2. I had all my classes, same thing. I went over it again. You know, what is the purpose? We want to capture the action, the pose. Okay, we want to ask ourselves, what is the figure doing? What is happening to the figure? And my next class, we practiced drawing some heads, and it varies a little bit from class to class, but I have to teach it over and over and over again, which is fine. And we go, okay, the rib cage is like an ovoid form, pelvis is like an ovoid form. I give that to start with. Once again, I'm talking about stretching and pinching. And I definitely got my figure drawing in for the week, I should say, or the day, I should say. Here I am talking to them about shadow shapes on the arm. Even though you don't know anatomy, you can still look at the shadow shapes and put them in. This class I got into talking about landmarks again, about the corner of the rib cage, talking about overlapping here. Overlapping forms, using the T to overlap. Period 4, my period 4. I'm going over the same stuff. Here I got into the structure of the head and proportions of the head and neck, and we have the ball of the head, and then we do another ball that's equal size, and that brings you down to the pit of the neck. Talked about the sternocleidomastoid muscle and landmarks again, how the neck fits into the rib cage. And I think this might be the last one I did. This is my demonstration to them. And anyway, that's what I taught today in class. Hopefully that helps. What else do I want to say? Being a high school art teacher, anyway, it's a lot of work. Or I guess it doesn't have to be a lot of work. It could be a little bit or a lot. Gotta be concerned about ordering materials, and then be concerned about how do you get your own artwork in, at the same time. And that's for another talk. But anyway, I just want to show you guys what I did today. Have an awesome day. Get your figure drawing done. I think it'll help. Or get something done creative that you enjoy in your life. Whether you're woodworking, whether you're working with clay, whether you're drawing, painting, cooking, organizing your life in whatever manner. And I'll talk to you guys soon.